course, I do use the conditioner and the oil, so.
Conditioner oil on the sideburns here.
Yeah.
Hey, folks, we were. I just got us started recording. We obviously this is the Free Matt podcast. Myself, I am Matt Free Matt. This gentleman joining us here. That is General Patrick Flynn. Not Pat Free Pat, but that would be funny.
Of course I'm not free. Unless they're hot.
Cheap whores.
I'm a slut. I'm not even going to lie.
I'm a low-rent gigolo.
slut.
I'm a slut for that money. It's like dress me up like a banana, and you could run around in a ape costume, and you're like, come here, you little fruit.
All right, then.
It's like nasty women running around like I love this guy. He's so cheap. We do whatever we want. We're like, okay, I'm a slut for money. All right. Well, before we got off that dangerous tangent, we were actually talking about
Danger South.
Highway to the Half Asian Zone. That's from Steven Crowder.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Steven Crowder. And Half Asian Lawyer Bill Richmond.
Ah.
And they have another guy who's Quarter Black Jared.
I was just trying to make an Archer reference, but all righty then.
Come on, Lana.
Exactly. That show is great.
All right. Before we got segued here. Wasted, sure. Not yet. General Patrick Flynn was actually bringing up which one would poll better, the horseshoe mustache or the elegant chops that he is sporting.
So,
and yeah, before I screw up any more and throw my papers around, which one's better? We were actually talking about General Patrick Flynn was talking about conditioning and softening, trimming, making sure that it's a nice landing pad for the ladies.
yeah, there is that.
But I was actually concerned that if you had like the full muff experience, and I'm talking about like the good old smothering, that you needed more gasket material. And I said the horseshoe mustache it's a great gasket material. It's not like you're not going to get that peel off effect. Like when she jumps up, when she's done, it's not going to rip away your skin. You're like, but he's mentioning his is soft, and like women probably prefer the softer landing pad. So
They do.
I guess it's kind of a trade-off.
I think so, because plus also, it's like, do you have to worry about like when you eat and stuff, the length of it and like just stuff getting in there and staying in there?
We have to wash and shampoo because I was trying to sidestep the old.
Yeah,
but
I grant you because if you do, then that just means vaginal discharge should be the gel you use.
I mean, you wash it, you shampoo it, you clean. I mean, it's a part of the ball game. It's like having to use your windshield wipers when you drive. It's not always sunny.
I get it.
Because sometimes you got to get wet.
Ah!
All right, folks.
Leave your opinions in the comments below.
If you when it comes to muff diving, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the chops, like General Patrick Flynn, or do you prefer the horseshoe, which is gasketing experience? But leave your comments in the comment section. Feel free to like twice because YouTube likes to take away likes. Also, I will in the description section put contact information, Twitter, Gab, BitChute, yeah, because eventually YouTube's gonna send it to the old memory hole. But memory hole. But anyway, folks, remember to subscribe and hit the bell. It's not guaranteed to work, but I'm looking forward to you subscribing. All right, folks, as always, the Free Matt podcast is a libertarian roundtable style discussion. we usually look at articles or current events. This is one time that we didn't just go completely off kilter, but I believe this was off of ABC, the ABC News website, even though I think it's bullshit. ABC News is mostly bullshit, but the article was by, sorry?
I was going to say, is it better than CNN or worse?
They're all full of shit.
Well, that's not the point.
Marcy Gonzalez is the only reason I have faith in any of the news systems, because she was a hot number. She's from Miami, I think.
What about Robin Meade?
The Morning Express, Robin Meade. She is MILF territory.
And her last name is Meade. I mean, come on.
Hey, baby, you want to go get lit?
I mean, that's like a bird and meat. Bird and meat.
She said, oh, yeah, bird and meat.
Yeah.
She is one drunken bird. No, she said, I ran into her when I was actually, it wasn't the Omni, but it was where the CNN headquarters is. And I run into her, and then she was like, and I said, damn, girl, I said, you look just as good as that, most women who leave my house at 5 o'clock in the morning. She goes, who do you think you're talking to? And I said, you. And I said, you almost look good enough for me to kick out of bed. And she was like, well, I was gonna smack you, but since you got that horseshoe mustache, I'm gonna take you up on the offer. So, believe me, Robin Meade said, it really is a thing. It broke. It's like guys with chops, no. But she was like, how many losers with beards I've had in my apartment in the last month? And I was just like, I said, probably too many. You probably didn't have enough horseshoe mustache guys. She goes, that's true.
Touche.
So, Robin, if you want to, do you want me to forward the rest of your clothes that you left behind to the office or to the Headline News CNN headquarters?
Both.
All right. Well, this was from articles from Alex Seitz-Wald, and that is a pretty fantastical type name there. Lord. I'm stealing the information off here. It's who's in and who's out for the next Democratic debate. Says only 7 out of 24 candidates have qualified so far for the September face-off in Houston. Face-Off, which was actually a pretty good movie.
It really was, but full disclosure, when I first saw the movie, I got so bored as a kid, I left. Like, I just hated it. And then I watch it later, and I'm like, what was I thinking? This movie's freaking cool. It's just one of those movies you had to wait for the payoff. It was a build, and then when it went, it really went.
Nicolas Cage, who I want to quote a very short quote from him from Bad Lieutenant, Port of New Orleans.
Love that movie.
Shoot him again. Why? His soul is still dancing. And he's like holding a gun trying to shoot the guy's soul.
That was a good movie. Had Eva Mendes in it.
Oh, Eva Mendes.
She was a call girl in that movie, I believe.
Because if I was a drug addict, crooked cop, I would marry a call girl like her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Highway to Hell, baby.
Da-na-na.
Season ticket on a one.
You knew where I was going.
Oh, Lord. All right, after the debate, and this happened in Detroit, by the way, after the debate comes the rush to qualify for the next debate. Democratic voters may be eager for the largest field of candidates in presidential campaign history to get pared down, but the candidates themselves are desperately trying to stay in the race for the next debate in September, when the price for entry nearly doubles, which I hate to say, it's not like they're buying tickets there. They got to fundraise or they got to get enough votes. Polls.
Yeah, it's money and polls and money.
All right. Said, was it big booty bitches?
Yeah,
Big
ass and titties, ass and titties, big booty bitches.
You know who taught me that? My sister. Long story. To make the stage in Houston for the ABC hosted Face Off. That's Face Off. Candidates will need to both register at least 2% in the polls. That's up from 1% from the previous two debates because there's a shitload of fucking people.
Yeah.
Oops, did that go through?
Whoopsie. I still wonder if it went up just to keep people like out intentionally.
Well, they had 7 people who didn't make the snuff to begin with, like even to round 1. I was like, if you would have let everybody, I guarantee there would have been worse people than those 6 people that didn't show up. They would have had like, some guy who likes to chew on his hand and some other ass clowns. They said, and secure donations from at least 130,000 individual donors. That's up from 65,000. So they're trying to eliminate people.
Yeah.
They said so far, only 7 out of 24 candidates appear to have met both grades. That's former Vice President Joe Biden, Creepy Uncle Joe, New Jersey Crooked Senator Cory Booker, flamboyant Mayor Pete Buttigieg, known as Mayor Pete.
I got to give props to that last name, though.
Buttigieg. Actually, I have some good things to say about Mayor Pete, but I think he's too much of a sucker, and we'll get into that in a little bit. California Senator, I blew somebody, Kamala Harris. It's true. We'll get into that.
Okay.
Former Texas Representative Beto O'Rourke. Believe me, don't get started now. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders.
Dear God. Oh.
Free shit, Uncle Bernie.
Pretty much. I mean, and with no viable idea of how to pay for it. The man's economic illiterate.
And from the mean streets of Massachusetts, the one, the only, Miss Elizabeth Warren!
Really?
All apologies to the real Miss Elizabeth. Rest in peace.
Oh.
They said 3 other candidates say they have qualified either on polling, and that's Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar. Oh, that's because it sounds like a monster in a movie. Or donations. Former Housing Secretary Julian Castro. That's his name, Julian Castro. Julian.
Okay.
He's
Julian.
Mexican. It's Julian.
Yeah, Julian. Okay, I see. You got to put the little Julian in there. But still.
An entrepreneur, Andrew Yang, the leader of the Yang Gang.
My Yang.
But not both. That was the but not both. Oh, they said the rest of the candidates will have to pray for a late summer surge and online fundraising. They know it will be tough, and some are already discussing ideas for holding some kind of counter-programming event for those left out, which I kind of like, by the way. Kind of like the simulcast debates when the libertarians were left out. Simulcast debates, they actually do that. It's kind of dope when you catch it. But some of you people are lazy.
Hell, I'm one of those people sometimes.
Shrug and dump. Not
like
pump and dump, shrug and dump.
That still sounds like a porno title.
Shrug and dump. Me likey. Oh, Lord. They said, so the candidates at risk of getting cold wasted, no time fighting for their campaign survival. I'm going to make it especially for all your viewers. Go to KirstenGillibrand.com and send $1. Because she doesn't want one person or like 20 people sending 1,500. She needs like
1,500 sending
she needs
$1.
150,000 people to send her $1.
Yeah.
That's like the rules. Like, don't have that one guy send me all the money. Have everybody send me $1.
But at the same time, it's kind of smart because it's only $1, and people would be like, "Yeah, I could do that."
I can't.
Well, you could. You just may have objections doing so.
No, I'm spend it at the dice game.
Oh, at the same time, though, it's $1. I mean, what can you do besides your dice game for $1? I mean, hell, you can. I mean, you might be able to get started on a trial membership at Brazers.
You could walk around the parking lot and just say, "Hey man, I got $1. Somebody want to suck me off?"
You know, but other than that, I don't know.
I mean, you might get lucky. Like, "Hey, over here." There's like
Maybe,
you're like that's the gayest.
But at the same time, it's one of those things. I believe it's you get what you pay for.
This is so
And
90s.
Would it really be quality for a buck?
I don't know. I mean, if the person wanted to do it for free and they just wanted to make it look like you were getting a good deal, like you always charge somebody money for something, even if you're going to give it to them for free anyway.
Yeah.
It's like you're like it might like they might be that happy. They're like, "Sure, man, I'll suck you off." And I'm like, well, take the dollar. Okay, I'll take your $1. Okay. You know, the guy behind the dumpster's like,
maybe. I don't know. I just think it's a get what you pay for thing, and I'm like, I don't know. Would $1 BJ be really a quality BJ?
well, the best ones I've ever had were free.
That's
So-
kind of my yeah.
I'm like, maybe pay him $1 to make it feel like it's worthwhile. Just.
I don't know. I mean,
Like, you won't believe this guy just sucked me off for $1. Like, how gay that sounds? I'm like, I'm not saying it's gay. He's the one sucking me off.
that's when you just come out with a mouth is a mouth.
Yeah, you're like, a hole's a hole as long as there's a little heat in there.
No,
Who cares?
a hole is not a hole, but a mouth is a mouth. There is a difference. There is a strategic difference.
Guys. It's like, man, I said, well, you look, if it was you and you were in that situation, there was some guy behind a dumpster that says, "I'll suck you off for $1. I guarantee you." But all right, how good you gonna do for $1? You're gonna next time you're like, man, what is $5 worth? I mean, you'll start to think that way. You'll be like, man, let's see what's going on over here. And you're like, you walk around somebody else's neighborhood like, "Hey man, I got $20. Who wants to suck me off?" And you're like, "Man, I get better quality over here." It's like dollar blowjobs over there suck. Some guy's like, "Yeah, I know." It's like the dollar guy sucks. Oh, these are like bad '90s jokes. I was just like, it's not funny.
But we're from there.
It's not funny to joke about homosexuality.
We're joking about blowjobs. That defeats.
He was wearing a wig. It's not gay.
Oh, you're talking about
The guy behind the dumpster.
Californication runkle moment
I'm never
in the cab when he didn't know.
Whatever. Hey, whatever works, man. Whatever floats your boat. Whatever tickles your pickle, man. Especially if it's $1. All right. Oh, Representative Tulsi, I'll make you feel pretty, Gabbard, Democrat from Hawaii, touted her performance in the last debate. Because you see that cliffhanger, you're like, performance? What?
In the last debate.
Oh, in the last debate. Oh, fuck. Damn, dude, I thought you were getting
No
some...
spank bank available for that one.
And pitched herself for the next one in the same breath in an email to supporters. Damn, that sounds kind of kinky. We need commas, man. This sounds wild. Ooh. Click here to watch the highlights from tonight's debate, then share with everyone you know and encourage them to donate as little as $1 to get us to the third debate in Houston. Her campaign wrote. God! She drives me nuts. Hey, instead of paying $1 for the guy behind that dumpster, I'm like, man, these emails are wild.
I told you would do it.
Tulsi Gabbard, you rock my world.
I told you would do it.
She winds me up like a cheap clock. God. Some candidates and their allies have complained that the Democratic National Committee, that's DNC, is being too heavy-handed and raising the bar too high too quickly, which they argue is a misguided attempt to winnow the field.
Winnow.
To water down.
I might have spiked that one a little bit.
To thin out. Mm-hmm. But the DNC and its defenders, which include many unaligned Democratic strategists and allies of the higher-profile campaigns, say that any campaign with the chops to take on President Donald Trump, the chops, he's not old enough, should have no problem getting to 2% in the polls. See, you're old enough to mess around with Tulsi Gabbard, or President Tulsi, as we'd like to call her, who's nailing Palin.
He's on fire, folks. He is on fire.
You like that? There's more where that came from. Good God. You love it, people. Tulsi, God, woman. You make me want to go out to Hawaii and not produce on anything I make my promises on. Oh, Lord. Okay, it says, I'm really good at test. Whatever the test the DNC throws at us, we're going to pass. And that's Andrew Yang told NBC News.
His Yang.
Said, hey, zip your pants up, but don't catch your Yang. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio acknowledged to NBC News that we have work to do, but added, I feel we can do it.
That kind of sizzle. Oh, okay.
Sizzled.
No, it fizzled. It didn't even sizzle. There was no sizzle there. It was just meh.
I don't even have a good facial response for that.
Because it was this. The facial response is this. Because it fell just as flat.
It's like somebody hit him with a mic. Just like.
I wonder if that'll pick up.
Oh, yeah, it will.
What that's going to sound like.
Of course, missing the debate stage is not actually a political death sentence. Live sentence. Dead Kennedys.
Oh, yeah, I'm not big on
Live
that.
sentence. Jello Biafra. Candidates can stay in the race as long as they like and as long as they can afford to buy plane tickets to Iowa and make payroll for their staff. But in an already overstuffed field, voters, donors, and the media will likely start writing off candidates soon, making their long odds even longer.
Shuffling papers.
One of those most at risk, as I wave around like Michael J. Fox on
your
meth.
head's cut off like a chicken.
Like Michael J. Fox on meth.
Oh.
What? No, he's actually a really dope.
Props.
Dope dude. He's a dope dude.
Props for going there, though. Props for going.
Because I'm one of the I'm gonna warn the viewers, our followers, our fellow shoeites,
or the newbies.
All right. I don't believe in treating people with disabilities any different than we treat anybody else.
Exactly. You give them shit just like you would anybody else. Why? Because they're anybody else.
And here's the thing. When they've interviewed Michael J. Fox, he's actually a pretty dope guy.
Yeah, for real.
He's a dope dude. And you know what? I should joke about Michael J. Fox on meth. I'm sorry.
If you want to go 2 degrees deeper, he's got more balls than Robin Williams.
True.
If you want to go 2 degrees deeper,
motherfucker didn't shoot himself. He's been living with this shit for a long time.
I love me some Robin Williams. Do not get me wrong. Robin Williams, he had a gift, and he used it well. He entertained us all. He was brilliant. He got, from everything that I know, he got the diagnosis that he was going to have Parkinson's and checked himself out. I'm sorry, but I cannot put that on a pedestal.
You know what? Michael J. Fox was in that show with Kiefer Sutherland was not The Unexpected President, but you know what I'm talking about. The Designated Survivor. Designated Survivor.
Okay, yeah.
He was in Designated Survivor, and was probably one of the best roles I've ever seen Michael J. Fox do, and he's all over the place. Like, he's physically all over the place. Mm-hmm. I know he can't help it, but he's actually a dope dude.
Yeah.
I was like, he's no bullshit. He gets on the news, and he was just like, I honestly think that he got to be the person he always wanted to be. And, he's just like, yeah, I think you're full of shit.
You give him props because he's still trying to be all he can be with what he's got. I guess the expression I'm looking for, he's playing the hand that he was dealt really well.
One day I'm going to have him on this show. We're going to hit it big.
Probably.
And he's just gonna be like, who the fuck do you think you are? You're the one with the stupid ass mustache, you bald faggot.
Should have went with chops, bitch.
Should have went with the chops, like General Patrick Flynn. I was just like, fuck. Michael J. Fox just dropped the hammer on me, ladies and gentlemen. We got it made. Michael J. Fox.
You do realize that's the no nonsense tag for the show is chops versus horseshoe.
The final debates.
There you
Democratic
go.
final debates.
The final debates. Chops versus horseshoe.
All right. One of those most at risk of the chopping block is Montana Governor Steve Bullock, who is a moderate, by the way, who entered the race later than most others in order to focus on the state legislative session back home.
Well, I'll give him credit for actually doing his job.
It's a time thing. It's a time thing.
He's doing his job. Oh, my God.
That made Detroit his first and perhaps only debate appearance, but he's trying to stay positive. I've only been in for 8 weeks, he told NBC News. Bill Clinton didn't even get into this thing until October, and that was in the 90s, by the way. Mm-hmm. We still have, he goes, I think 150 days until Iowans express their preference. So I think we have a long way to go in this, which is true, because you could have a bunch of people drop out.
Let's be real. We're covering this debate stuff mostly because it's what's going on now currently, but at the same time, at this early in the game, no matter what we say, it really doesn't matter. None of it does right now.
It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
You're damn right it doesn't matter. It's too early.
Know your role and shut your mouth.
Well, they won't do that. They won't do that. And by the way, it's know your role and shut your hole. Actually, he did say shut your mouth too, but I prefer know your role, shut your hole because it rhymes.
He's the moderator, the debate moderator.
Oh my God! Could you imagine
Dwayne Johnson?
Could you imagine? Okay, not Dwayne Johnson, the moderator. No, not Dwayne Johnson. The Rock as the moderator.
I like The Rock. I'm not a huge fan of Dwayne Johnson.
I'm 50-50.
I think The Rock could beat Dwayne Johnson in a fight.
Well, that's true. But see,
he's the most electrifying.
But I think that the Dwayne Johnson, he's a good person. There's two sides to every coin. I've never met the man, so of course when the camera's rolling, and that's the only time you ever see him, it's always going to be in a positive light. But everybody's got their negative. They're human. They always do. You never know. But the overall is positive, so I'll go with that. But if you take The Rock when he was a heel to be the moderator, oh my God, that would be great.
Like, your 2 minutes is up. Know your role and shut your mouth. You Rudy Poo, candy ass. Get everybody yell Rudy Poo, candy ass when your time's up.
Damn right.
I was like, yeah, he's like people.
Quiz time. Did The Rock invent the term jabroni?
No, I've actually heard that before.
Who did? Who made it? Well,
the original?
Who used it? Who made it famous?
What's like an insult for like Italians or something like that, or like?
But who said it? Who said it?
Who? I'm not completely sure.
Iron Sheik.
Oh, funny. Who got caught with crack with what's his face?
Now here's the real kicker. Iron Sheik, the wife used to babysit The Rock.
Well, I remind you, Dwayne Johnson, half the people in wrestling that are Asian or Samoans, they're all related to him.
Yeah.
I was just like, all these people are like, yeah, man, he's my cousin. I was like, you might want to believe him because he really is related to everybody.
Yeah, the Samoan wrestlers are amazing.
Or Asians. Asians?
Well, honestly, some of the Asian characters, they were actually Samoan that passed off as Asian. I'm serious. Like Yokozuna, they built him as a Japanese sumo wrestler, and even the manager Fuji, they were both Samoan.
God, was it one of my favorites was it Tojo Yamamoto, and he's a Hawaiian.
Yeah,
he's a Hawaiian of Japanese descent, and people were like really hateful toward him. And he was a gentleman. I think he's passed away, but made a career out of being one of the most hated people in America. And he's actually a gentleman, and people in real life found out how he was a decent man, but he's Hawaiian. He's like mostly Hawaiian, and he's a U.S. citizen. And of course, he had some like Japanese family members, but I was like, yeah, The Rock is related to everybody. Like somebody says The Rock's cousin, you probably are. I guarantee he's probably like 1/8 Honduran. Yeah, like my second cousin, three times removed. His last name is Flynn.
Shit.
Yeah, man. I'm like a fifth cousin to General Patrick Flynn. Yeah. That's Dwayne Johnson, not The Rock.
Right.
You're damn straight. The General Patrick Flynn is my cousin. You know this.
Shit.
You're like the world's greatest hype man. You're like, don't come to my interview. No, you're rolling, hire this guy.
Pretty much. Anyway.
Yep. We're going to drop that one. All right. Here we go. Here was some commentary about the front runners. I left Tulsi out for a reason, because I already said enough.
This is true.
Bear with me.
This is true.
Oh, Tulsi. We could just surf off into sunset together. Oh, Matt, it's everything I wanted to. I said, I'll see you in Waikiki. It's like from the movie From Here to Eternity. It's me and Tulsi Gabbard. Can you say it with a straight face? Fuck it. Former Vice President Joe Biden, that's creepy Uncle Joe, can't get away from Sleepy Joe and his hair-sniffing follies.
Hair sniffing follies.
Like those 13-year-old girls, he's pawing in their hair going, He's grabby, he's feely.
He's creepy Uncle Joe.
Creepy Uncle Joe.
Call back.
It says he would lose because of his lack of jokes and his lack of comebacks alone. It says hashtag me too. And yeah, I know I typed this and you're like, meh. I'm delivering non-sentences or sentences in non-sentence form.
Deliver, son, deliver.
Preach it, brother. Oh, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker. He received money from an old law firm when he wasn't there while he ran for office while his firm did business with the government that he was trying to join up with. That's a little bit dirty.
Little.
It's like, hey, man.
But really, on the dirt scale, isn't that just like a dusting?
Oh, yes, sir. You are correct, but I am going to drop the hammer on this one, Cory Booker. Oh, Cory. I don't like the name Cory, by the way.
But what about Corey Taylor?
From Slipknot?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. He's off the hook. Corey Taylor, you're off the hook. Slipknot's good. You're not a politician. Don't run for office. Cory Booker is connected to the Newark watershed corruption investigation / scandal. Stay tuned. Dead serious. FBI investigation, whole 9 yards, multi-year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we maybe find an article on that?
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Okay.
That's a spinoff.
Send me something on that or the name.
We'll do it.
And I'll see if we can do a follow-up.
We'll do it.
I don't know if I'll be able to find anything, but it sounds like something we could do.
This is like the Sam Axe and Jesse spinoff on Burn Notice.
Oh, but a Sam Axe and Jesse spinoff would be good.
Because they
would be good.
Because I heard that was somebody had bought the options for it. I was like, that's cool.
I would not mind that, but
like after Mike and Fiona take their death.
But see, here's my thing though. They've got to have some kind of Fiona. It can't, because of the way the show ended. Not necessarily Fiona herself, but they need some kind of Fiona magic going on.
Sam is marrying Veronica, You mean Ronnie, the one, I forgot her name.
the one
Audrey Landers.
Okay.
Audrey Landers, who is a borderline on the edge of MILF and GILF territory. And there's a reason why I said Audrey Landers is a pretty hot woman for her age.
Yeah.
She's been around, but that chick's been around like dynasty long, all right?
Okay.
Now, she was the one who was the sugar mama for Sam Axe.
Yeah, she had all the cars.
And Sam actually destroyed, all the cars. Sam destroyed a relationship basically to save Michael's ass. So,
Yeah.
Because she wouldn't believe that he was just doing all this shit for one friend.
Right.
Oh, but yeah. Look, I'm really hoping the whole Sam Axe Jesse show would have happened, or a movie, like a mini movie,
Yeah,
like
like a TV
the rise
movie.
and fall of Sam Axe.
Yeah, like they did with that, because that was good too. But
One beer.
yeah, I mean, it was a good show, and I think Bruce Campbell, he's still a B movie god. Period. He is a B movie god. To me, he will always be Bruce. No. I first saw him every time I've seen him since, but I first saw him in Briscoe County Jr.
Yep.
I mean, Evil Dead came later, but I first saw him in Briscoe County Jr.
Shop S Smart. But he was always. I loved Sam Axe because he was an inspiration. Like after I got out of the military, I didn't feel that bad because Sam Axe was a loser like me. Like he got kicked out. Like Sam more or less got out of the military with a blackmail scheme,
Right.
and they were going to throw him in jail. And he's like, "Just let me have my retirement." And he's like, "You're a loser." Like, womanizer loves beer. Mayor. Speaking of somebody who doesn't love women, that's a bad segue. Mayor Pete Buttigieg.
But with a name like that, how could you not like women? Buttigieg? Come on, that's like a whole adult entertainment film line.
Mayor Pete is homosexual, so he was actually a military veteran. A lot of people know that.
Okay, but still, I mean, not that I hate gays. It's
look, Mayor Pete is actually a well-meaning person, but he has run into almost, I call it self-flagellation. For anybody who doesn't know what that is, it's like you beating up yourself over something somebody else said that you can't really control.
As long as you're not beating off.
Nice.
Don't you miss the color commentary? Because that's what I'm here for.
In South Bend, Indiana, he's the mayor, and they've had issues with the police force and supposed issues with minority communities. And Mayor Pete does everything he can, but he's starting to look like this guy. He's purposely sucking up to folks to try to
I let it go.
to try to get like the minority vote. And I'm like, don't beat yourself up. Just be authentic, and people will vote for you. But you know what?
That much is true. Well, they will, because I mean, look at I don't know, Trump.
That's true. And I put this, could he run our government while feeling bad about it? No. You have to run it. You have to crack eggs to make omelets. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I say that. You might have to piss somebody off to do the right thing. You might have to kick somebody in the nuts to do the right thing. I'm sorry. California Senator Kamala Harris, she had an affair, and this was noted in several different articles online. If you need to, you can dig it up. I think the Daily Wire might have carried it. Don't quote me on that. Had an affair with disgraced politician, the mayor, Willie Brown, and enjoyed the connections.
Willie. She enjoyed the Willie.
Well, he was the mayor, and she became the mayor, I believe.
Yeah.
And she ended up in jobs because of the affair.
Does it matter?
She got connections because of the affair.
Call me crazy, but...
You're crazy!
Thank you. But use what you got available. That was available. She used it. She benefited. I'm not hating.
Well,
I'm not hating.
She gets the girl. She's trying to get the girl power vote and all these feminists on board. But I was like, she screwed her way to the top.
There's her first fuck up right
top.
there. I mean, Don't get me wrong. I dig me some women. If you can do the same job as a guy, yes, you should get the same pay. I'm okay with that. But the whole feminist thing, no, no.
I've never been able to fuck somebody to get a job. Like, I've never had offers. I've never had, like, indecent propositions or anything. But she goes and has, like, a very short, fling with a guy, and she ends up getting a job here, and then all of a sudden, text messages, and she ends up mayor.
So she's the political Sarah Silverman?
Ooh, nice. Ooh. You need some aloe for that, Burn.
Pretty much.
All right, folks.
Let me take care of this before it beeps again.
She also got schooled by my fantasy draft pick, Tulsi Gabbard, in the last debate about the drugs and throwing people in jail for drugs thing.
Yeah.
You're welcome. All right. Texas Representative Beto O'Rourke, which is my favorite. His real name is Robert Francis, but he goes by Beto because he's a fake-sican.
I went gonzo.
Oh. Put your muff on.
The rat fell off. I'm going gonzo.
All right. Here's the thing about... look, I said it. He's a white guy. His name is Robert Francis O'Rourke. He's a honky. And he calls himself Beto. White guy who acts Hispanic. I'm sorry. All right. Putin wouldn't take him serious. Vladimir, that's Comrade Vladimir to you, He lost to a true lead thrower, Ted the Cuban Cruz.
The Cuban?
His name is Rafael Edward Cruz.
Really?
A.K.A. Ted.
He's one of those.
Ted Cruz, look, I'm sorry. It was a slim margin, but look, Ted Cruz beat you. Look, you're the fake one. He's the real deal. He doesn't even have to act like Vato. He doesn't even act like that. He doesn't act like that. He just schooled you.
He just went through some fucking ARs.
It's like some magic.
Had some rounds, threw them through the AR, and then fried some bacon on it.
There's a mosquito on your head. I'm not kidding. Right side. It flew up in the air. Never mind.
Okay.
All right. That was actually mosquitoes flying around. The summer home here. But the thing is that Beto O'Rourke, he lost, and now he's like, he speaks in Spanish, trying to suck up to people, and I'm like, no, look, he's a shithead. I'm sorry, he's a phony. His name is Robert Francis O'Rourke, honky. You don't hear me call him Mateo Hernandez. Mateo Hernandez. No, my name is Matt Freemat.
Machete.
Mateo the Machete Hernandez. And I'm just
Where do I know the name Mateo from?
It's actually Italian, but I've heard people use Mateo.
Yeah, there's a movie or something.
The term Mateo. It's kind of It's not that it's that common in Spanish. It's more of an Italian name.
Was it a character in Scarface?
Not that I know of.
There is some name Mateo for some reason.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's just sticking in my head. It's bugging the shit out of me.
All right, here we go. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. All right, Uncle Bernie. He promises free shit and won't tell us how it is paid for.
Ever.
He owns 3 houses when you don't. Some of you people don't own shit.
I mean,
hey, it says you need to pay your fair share. Why don't you sell 2 of your houses and pay for these college loans?
And the whole thing about Marvel using that Disney should pay their profits to what was it exactly? I don't know if it was deficit or bills or whatever, but he said Disney should use their profits for other shit. No, they're a business. They don't hold nothing to you. Bernie.
This is wrong. It's morally wrong. You need to pay your fair share.
I hate the only thing I can say positive about Bernie Sanders. The only thing is there is a really good chance of getting out of all these wars with Bernie Sanders. That is it. Full stop. Everything else is toxic.
You're lying because we're going to attack Alabama. We're going to kill all of you, Honduran Irishmen.
That is probably not a good idea.
We are
in redneck capital USA.
I guarantee you we've got a National Guardsman who'll wipe you fucking losers from Honduran Irishman off this planet.
Uh-huh.
They're like, thanks, Uncle Bernie. It's like, bring it on, Uncle Bernie. All the Honduran Irishmen are lining up like, damn, I don't know how many Honduran Irishmen are. We're like, damn, there's 25,000 of you. We're like, really? Like, yeah, you didn't know that there were that many Honduran Irishmen? I was like, shit, there's only 45,000 people live in this town. How in the fuck do we find 25,000 Honduran Irishmen? It's like, we're everywhere.
we breed.
It's my cousin. We're all cousins, man. All right, Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, a.k.a. Pocahontas. You earned it. For all of the phony Indians I've ever met in my life. You got schooled. All you had to do was admit to it, and you got schooled. You actually took a blood test and actually ended up worse than what you were claiming. A lot worse. And the thing is, benefit of a doubt, you just basically threw a grenade up in the air and caught it. You're like, you're not even trying. Obviously claimed to be a Native American for the benefits. Waffles on this one continually.
Waffles?
Chicken and waffles. Sounds great.
Waffle House.
Chicken and fucking waffles. This is actually excellent right
Dude,
now.
have you been to the City Diner Cafe in Madison?
Nope, but I drive by it.
Oh my god, motherfucker.
Chicken and waffles.
We going. When you get bored, you got time, we going. You got to go to this place.
After we go to Campus 805.
Yes. It'd be perfect. Because IHOP and Waffle House, Huddle House, they run from this place. And you know how much I like me some Waffle House and Huddle House. They run from this place.
What was the place off of 157? The chicken and biscuit? No, chicken and biscuit.
Oh God, no! The steak and biscuit.
Steak and biscuit. Yeah.
Called affectionately the choke and puke by all the locals.
The choke and puke.
I could only eat 3 things there that were not a gut grenade for me.
God, man. All right, folks. Look, we're gonna close with the following. Coming up in this debate, I don't care. I mean, you're going to only get a handful out of handful here, a handful of people out of that for the debate. But there might be 2 or 3 that you can like stomach. But they're the people probably not going to be there because it's all the only people who are going to be are the free shit people and the girl power people and the unconstitutional bullshit artist. Look, I'm sorry, just. You can watch it and play a drinking game. Get yourself some whiskey.
And every time your liberties or constitution are violated, take a drink.
And don't die of alcohol poisoning. I'm begging you. All right. I will close. Obviously, I'm going to close with defending Tulsi Gabbard because she did slam Kamala Harris for that.
You realize at this point we're going to have to look her up before I know what she looks like?
I know what Tulsi Gabbard looks like.
You do. I don't.
I wear my trench coat and watch the news. I go to like the electronics store through the window and all the videos, and I watch the news when she's coming on. I'm over there in my trench coat like,
all right, then.
Oh, yeah. You get it, girl. Just kidding.
No,
any closing remarks?
Not on this one. I mean, it's the one thing I would ask is like what I really want to know, and I think I asked you this before the podcast started. Is there any person from the blue side, the Democratic side, whether that would actually believes in some kind of decentralization principle and things of that nature? Because everything I've read, everything I've seen from the blue side is more about centralization. Let the government run it. You're too stupid to do it. It just rubs me the wrong way. And I have yet to find one that's even worth considering voting for. Is there anybody out there on the blue side that could? Because honestly, I hate the whole blue and red dynamic. I don't want that anymore. But yet at the same time, I don't see anybody worth voting for from that side. Crickets.
Thank you. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Please have a nice night. Find a libertarian to vote for.
Even if they're not a libertarian, find somebody that loves liberty and vote for them. They don't have to have the L, but they do need to love the liberty word. Find somebody that loves that and vote for them.
Vote for somebody like John McAfee who likes to watch women use the bathroom. Just kidding.
Kill it on that note.
Have a good night.